OilCityBattles, Real Talk. Fellow, introduce yourself.
What's happening, Innuendo? You
Welcome.
may remember me from such chokes as round number two against Unanimous, round number two and three against Euthorical, round number two, three, possibly one as well if anyone noticed against Bleak. Lots of chokes. What's good?
And the best mirror match there has been so far, bro.
There's only been two.
But still, like I think Don't Flop should be doing these like more often because you're
Yeah, man.
I don't think anyone had ever topped that, bro. I seriously
Neither
don't.
do I. Fuck them.
You did go in
I went
fucking
in.
hard. I think almost these mirror matches are sort of easier for you boys to write about because you're writing about yourself more than like no one knows yourself better today. You know what I mean?
I know. It was painful, like, I think I hate myself, to be honest, but it's all good. I
But
bounced back from it, like,
welcome on the show, and let's do as I do with most people when it's the first time on the show, and if you can just go in on how you started with your music and how you got into battling.
music, like, I think I started writing bars when I was about 14, like, I was just cause, I don't know, like, I was like into rapping that, like, obviously, like, Eminem at that time, everyone was into Eminem, I was into rapping that, and it was just a fucking escape for me, to be honest, like, when, like, shit was going wrong and that, or, like, I was stressed out and that, I just used to write about it, and it used to help, but I never fucking told no one about it, like, it was like, back then, it was, like, weird to be a white rapper. Now the world's full of fucking white rappers. Everyone you meet's got bars now, but back then it was like it was a bit of a weird thing. So it was all in secret. I remember I used to sit there in class, like the back of the classroom and that, and like the middle pages of me fucking books, me textbooks in class, because you could rip the middle pages out. So I'd write stuff and they look like I was doing my work. I'd be writing bars and then rip them out so no one would see them and that. So that's kind of how I started doing that. And like I don't think I started recording or performing until I was like 17. Um, so that's how I got into music. And then with battling, the only reason I got into battling was because I was living in Sheffield at the time. What was it, like 2007, 2008? And I seen O'Shea's Lego just on Facebook from when they battled in Liverpool. And I was just speaking to O'Shea about it and that. And he said I should do one. And I was like, fuck that. I can't be arsed with battling because I just wanted to make music and that. But then fucking Psychosis Holocaust in Sheffield, he started his own like little battle thing called Steel City Cypher Sessions. And I had my first battle there just in a park and that bladdered. It was funny, like, and then seeing the footage of that and asked me to join Don't Flop, and that was it really. The rest is history.
The rest is history, brother.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history there too. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. If you don't mind, can we go in like the whole shit that happened to cause the mirror match? Like, obviously, the mirror match was, from what I hear and I believe, a sort of reacceptance back into Don't Flop after all the shit that went down.
Yeah.
What was the shit that went down, man? Can we?
Like literally, there's still no definitive reason as to why I wasn't given any battles for them couple of years. I just fell out with Chronicle, fell out with Air. We weren't speaking. There was a bit of bad blood between us. It was nothing heavy or nothing. And I don't know. It was several things. Like I remember one thing being, me and O'Shea were supposed to battle each other. And obviously we were going to do it in Liverpool, so I was speaking to Chronicle and Air about it, and like I put events on myself and shit, so I was saying, yeah, I'll sort the venue, do the promotion, whatever, but I wanted a cut of the money, because I'm thinking, the people who are coming to watch me and O'Shea, I was going to be putting the event on, pretty much, so obviously I wanted me and O'Shea to get paid off it, and like they weren't happy about that, didn't want us getting paid, and I said, well, fuck off then, I'm not doing it then. Do you know what I mean? I said I could put the events on myself, battle O'Shea, and get money out of it. Which I suppose is a bit selfish, to be fair, because I should have just been doing it for the love of it and the promotion I'd got out of it. But at that time, I wanted money out of it. Do you know what I mean? I was more bothered about making money off music and battling at the time. So anyway, me and Osh said, like, so then they said they just want to just do it in Manchester so you don't have to put the events on. And me and Osh were like, well, we're not going to battle in Manchester when we're both Scousers. So that battle just never went down. And originally I was supposed to be on that tournament that fucking, I think Chris Lee's won it.
Times changed.
Times changed. I was originally supposed to be in that, because I'd spoken about being on it, and then when they released the first flyer, my name wasn't on it, so I just kind of thought, all right, then I've been fucked off, like, and then that was it then, really, like, there was no one ever got in touch and said, you're banned, you can't come, or anything like that. But I knew I wasn't welcome, so I just stopped going to the events, like for my own benefit. I didn't want to be around people who didn't want to see me. And like I was in good spirits and good contact and that with all the other battlers. There was no battler who didn't want me there. There was no issues with anyone. It was just the staff and the situation. And how I got back, it was all because of bent legs, really. Because when don't flop, if anyone's followed it from the start, you've noticed over the last couple of years they've become a lot more business minded, clever, bigger events, everything, and that was due to obviously bringing in the staff team. So they had Bagnall, not only the cameraman, he's part of the staff team, Bamalam, fucking Sam Graphics, you know, all the people who were involved in that. And basically they had like, apparently had a 2-day, fucking 8 hours each day meeting in London. And I got a phone call at one of them off Bentlex saying, we're at this meeting, do you want to come back? And I was like, fucking, yeah, all right. They were like, what's the battle? And they were like, do you want to battle O'Shea in Liverpool? And I was like, yeah, fucking too right to do. But then he rang Ocean, he wasn't on it, didn't want to do it. So I was like, fuck, that could have been my only chance and shit. And then they rang back and said, do you want to battle someone else? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So I was thinking, it's right, I'm back now. So before the minute match was even mentioned, the battle with Youth Oracle was confirmed. He said, who do you want to battle? And Youth Oracle was the only one who were really rated at the time, who was new, who'd come out. So that battle had been confirmed. Then obviously, because that had happened, because I think they ended up having like a little secret vote, like the Masons, whether I could come back or something. So I was back in touch with Air, and Air, we were talking about everything. And me and Air were like, we've always been all right with each other. There was obviously like, we didn't speak for a while, but we'll still always be mates. Like, it was never anything heavy. So we were talking and having a bit of banter and that. And he just mentioned about a mirror match. And as soon as he said it, I was like, yeah, and I was just thinking, and I pretty much wrote that mirror match within a few hours of him mentioning it, and then it was confirmed, and I went down and done it, and that went down really well. And then obviously the Youth Oracle battle, then after that, and then it was just like old times. Then obviously I've done less battles now, just because I haven't really got the time to commit to it like I used to, and what other people have. But I still enjoy it. And the other week, going to that London vs Manchester event, just as a fan, was fucking, it was boss like, and it kind of made me, because I've lost the love for battling over the years. I think just through my own fucking demons of being in the ring, like. But that watching people at the top of the game and shit like that, that proper made me realise why I got into it in the first place and that, and enjoyed it. So anyway, that's how I fucking got back in the league, and I don't know why I was banned.
That's good, bro. That's good. Like, that was exactly what I wanted, to be fair.
Yeah, man.
So let's go in on 6th birthday, brother. Let's go in on this. Let's slag off the Americans like everyone else seems to do.
Okay.
But first match doesn't involve an American, so we can get a real good opinion on it. Pamphlet versus Calcium Kid, day 1, first battle.
Yeah, like fucking, I don't like Pamphlet, like, as a person. Like, I get on all right with him, but he pisses me off, like, and he knows he pisses me off, but I do love him as well. He's a bit weird, and it's good to see him back after, you know, I know he's come back since. Hey, don't come in here, I'm doing an interview on Skype. So, fucking, but Calcium Kid, he's one of my favourites. He's funny as fuck, and I think he's fucking tortured, do you know what I mean? Definitely, and that's why he doesn't battle enough. So it's nice to see that he's built himself up to be able to do a battle. So that one will be good. I'll enjoy it. But I definitely think I can see Calcium Kid winning.
Okay. Mr. Reed, Lotte.
I like Lotte. I've only seen Mr. Reed against... Who did he battle? That time when I battled Bleak, he battled someone. I thought he was good. I think I watched him against Bamalam as well. But yeah, I don't think he's into fucking... Did he win that matchup? Did he by beating Bamalam or something?
No, he won the top 8.
Yeah, well, fair enough if he's won it, but he doesn't deserve it on merit, because as far as I'm aware, he's not done that many battles. But the ones I've seen, he is good. Like, don't get me wrong, he's fucking good. But Lotte is fucking actually one of the best writers in battle rap, so...
Lotte is good. He's one of the only Americans that haven't been slagged off yet, to be fair.
Yeah, no, because he's fucking sick, and he hasn't really... He's good enough to be on the big cards in the big leagues and that, and he's not, so I kind of feel sorry for him a little bit, so he deserves a chance to get big views and shit.
Enigma, Bonnie Godiva.
Enigma, body, Godiva. He'll body it. Like, Enigma will body most people. Like, Enigma, actually, like, there's not many people I'd want to battle now. If I could battle anyone, probably be like Big J or Enigma, just because I'm mates with them. I don't want to battle people who I don't know. And Enigma is one of my actual mates through battle rap. Like when I was doing the jump off all the time, I had no place to stay. He used to put me up and all that, and yeah, I love Enigma. I've got a lot of time for him, and I think putting him against someone who's black and a beard is just fucking sly, because he will just call her a black bitch for the whole fucking battle and destroy her.
Big J, Uno Lavos.
Like, as much as I like Jay and he makes me laugh, I'm hoping we see a bit of the old Uno in this as well. And I don't mean the choking Uno, I just mean the funny, your mom, Uno. Because he's actually gone good now, Uno. Like, it's weird. He's gone from a mum joke rapper to a barra. Like, he's good. Do you know what I mean? So, if he goes on that level, he will body Big J. And I think Uno will probably win anyway, but I hope they both do loads of mum jokes, because I still fucking love that. I know everyone's about bars over jokes. I'm not. I want to stand there and laugh, not think. If I've got a pint in my hand, I want people to make me laugh. So I want to hear how disabled Uno's mum is and how disabled Big J's mum is. That's what I want from that battle, and that's what I hope they give us. But if Big J tries to do bars and be clever, he's going to struggle, because he was good against O'Shea, but he's not good enough to do that in general. With regards to wordplay, and that he needs to be at his funniest. And let's just hope Senses inboxed him a load of personals. So
he's bad to have. It's 100%. Krug DNA.
That's got potential to be an amazing matchup. Like, I like them both. Kruger's one of my favourite English battlers. Like, the way he words multis together, that link together perfectly is just unrivaled. He's one of the best writers. So I've got Kruger down to take that quite easily.
All right. Doubles title match. Shufflo versus Dialect and Zen.
See, that's the only reason I'm fucking going to the first day. That is on the first day, that one, isn't it? Yeah, because I can't go on the Sunday. That's the only reason I'm going to watch that. Because I think if anyone at the minute, there needs to be more 2-on-2s. I want to get a partner and start doing some 2-on-2s, because there needs to be more people doing that, getting ready to take that title. If there's anyone at the minute who could take it, then yeah, Dialect and Zen. But when Shuffle and Marlow were on form, the way they go back and forth together, they're too fucking good. And I think this is going to be their best performance, because personally, I know they got rave reviews from the battle in America against Kostic and Dan, but I thought they were at the worst, to be honest. I don't think Shuffle and Marlow were anywhere near as good as they can be in that battle. And I think they're going to be at the best this one. I think they've got a point to prove, and I just think you can't beat someone who knows their own identity so well. Like, you can't beat someone like that, because anything you say, they're going to laugh it off. What can you say to Shuffle and Marlow? Like, nothing. There's nothing you can say that they haven't got in their own bars. Like, their whole persona is a flip. Just looking at them is a flip for anything you can say, because they don't take themselves seriously and they're so likeable. So there's nothing you can say that people are going to react to and be bothered about, because it doesn't matter. They're already more likeable than anyone who can go against them, because they're that good. So I just can't see anyone beating them. As good as Dialect and Zen are, don't get me wrong, Dialect's fucking got easily the best flow in the league, and he's put in some amazing performances. I think he's brilliant, but I just don't think there's anything you can do to beat Shuffle and Marlow.
Okay, main event, day one, Shotty Horror, you're nil.
See, I don't know if I'm supposed to know this or say this. I'm not going to say who it is, but originally, when I was in Germany, I was told by a member of staff the card for the 6th birthday, and obviously there's always going to be changes. And it wasn't meant to be Young Gill originally, so I was proper hyped for who it was going to be, and I can't really say who, but I was hyped for that. And now Young Gill, I'm just not hyped for it at all. I just think Shotty's going to body him. Like, Shotty's just too good. Like when you're battling against somebody who's that good, you don't have to beat your opponent. You just have to be as good as them and make a classic. And I think Shotty's just too good for him, so it's going to come across like a bit of a fucking body.
Okay. Day 2 then, the one that you can't make it, but it opens with freestyle by Dots and DNA.
That'll be amazing. Like, I love freestyle battles, and I love Dots. Like, he's actually, since he's come out, he's done so much. Like, not just from a battling perspective, from an artist perspective. I mean, I only got on him through the jump off, and he fucking beat me. Do you know what I mean? So I've always got respect for people who'll beat me. That's why I respect so many fucking people these days, sadly. But I think DNA is one of the best fucking, even though his setups are fucking shit and they don't mean anything and there's a load of bollocks rambling, but to come up with on the spot punchlines, him and Sharon are probably the best from outside of England, I'd say like they're only people willing to get into a freestyle battle. Most people won't do it now because they know how many views it's going to get, and if you shit in it, you're going to get judged. So people won't risk it. So I rate that. And Dots is so fucking good. Like so I think that'll be a classic freestyle battle. I really do.
O'Shea, Harry Baker.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see O'Shea at like the bottom of a card from the sixth birthday. Like, I kind of feel sorry for him that he's gone down that low. And don't get me wrong, Harry Baker's amazing. It's a good opponent, but it's sad to see him like for once not get a big American and be at the top of the card. But I think that's just about like how well other people have done recently. But going on recent form, I don't know if these are going to be judged or not. Probably not. But going on recent form, I think Harry Baker will beat him. Like, I think Harry Baker's got a lot more to say. Should be funny in that he'll just go on that whole like you're a geek tip, but I think most Don't Flop fans don't rate that because most Don't Flop fans are quite geeky, so they like the geek. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to work as well. But it should be that should be one of the funnier matchups of the weekend.
Quill versus Purpose.
Never watched the Purpose battle, but going off Quill's last performance, I can't see many people beating him. He was absolutely fucking brilliant against Raptor. It made me pissed off how good he was. Because I like Quill, and I've rated him as a writer, but he hasn't put in performances like that before. And I was listening to some of them bars against Raptor, and I honestly thought Raptor would take it comfortably before the battle, but he was fucking brilliant. So I can see Quill, and I know Quill's been putting in the work. I spoke to him, he's been up late writing and shit, so I can see him fucking body bagging. But then again, Purpose could be amazing. I just haven't watched it. I don't really watch battles anymore.
I must admit, I've only watched the last couple of Australian battles over the last couple of days. You get what I mean? Like, so
yeah, the last Australian battles I've watched are probably like Justice 360, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I've just kind of lost touch with the rest of the scene. I don't really watch battles anymore unless one's getting majorly shared on my Facebook feed, so it must be good. What was the last battle I watched? Pat Stay and Rowan Compliments battle. That was fucking incredible. But other than that, I don't really watch many battles.
Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go in on this is actually my favourite battle of the weekend. Ogmios.
Go on.
Ogmios, Niels and Skills.
It's
now,
got.
I'm Norway based, so I'm kind of biased about it.
Yeah.
But like, I've wanted to see this battle even before I lived in. Like,
yeah, it's got classic.
You knew it would have to happen at some point.
Yeah.
But what's your take on it, bro?
It's got classic written all over it, man. Like, they are very, very similar. They've got a very dry, strange sense of humour that most people like. I fucking love the pair of them. Like, Nils and Skills is amazing. And I haven't seen any of his battles for ages, so it'll be exciting to see him back. Because he might have done battles, I just haven't watched them. And obviously, I love Ogmios. Ogmios has taken quite a lot of battles on quite recently. And the thing with Ogmios is that freaks me out. He doesn't, like, when I get a battle confirmed, I just think about punchlines constantly and just jot them down. I don't ever sit down with a pen and paper. I just jot punchlines and then try and cut and paste it together. He, like, sits there a couple of days before the battle and just writes it all in one go. I think that's weird, like, how we can do that. So you never know what's going to come out. Do you know what I mean? It's very fucking strange. Like, so I think it's got potential to be an absolute fucking classic. Like, there's going to be some random lines in there, definitely. They're very evenly matched, but I do think Ogmios should take it. But then again, I don't think any of them are going to be judged because no battles are judged anymore, man. So.
Well, no, I kind of disagree with the fact that they do that, but I personally, on my card that happens a week before the 6th birthday, every one of them are fucking judged, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
Battle is that from the start. Like, we are going to be a judged league. You want a promo battle? Take it somewhere.
Yeah. It is because of the controversy, it gets more views and shit on it. So it is good, like, especially with that Manchester-London shit, because everyone had a different opinion on who won what. So it is good for the fans, I suppose, but I always like to see a winner. Like, I've been in, like, 3 promo battles this year, and it kind of pisses me off, because I know I've probably lost them, but I'd rather be told I've lost them than to just kind of have to think myself, fucking hell, you should have done better there, lad, or whatever.
Yeah. Alright, next one, Gemini versus Big T.
That's fucking weird matchup. That, like, it's gonna look so strange on camera because Gemini is about fucking like 5 foot 6 stone. Do you know what I mean? He's tiny, and Big T's fucking like a fucking whale. it's going to look weird. It's going to be weird. I personally, as good as Gemini is, don't think he's earned that. So I don't know why or how it's been arranged. I do rate him, don't get me wrong. He's a fucking sick lyricist and he's a good barder. Just don't think he's done enough to earn that. But this will be his chance to prove. Do you know what I mean? I think on a lyrics thing, he should win it. He should take it comfortably. Most people should beat Big T because as well known as he is and as good as a performer he is, he's not clever and he's not that good. I don't really rate him that much. So I think Gemini should take it if he gives a brilliant performance. But the occasion could get to him. I think he's still young. He's still very, very early. And how many battles has he done? I've only seen 2 of them.
3 or 4, I believe.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, do you know what I mean? That's fuck. Because I think just from my personal experience, you learn so much from every battle. And don't get me wrong, his fucking 3 or 4 performances are all better than my first 3 or 4, and he is fucking sick. But I think it might be a bit early for him. So I just hope. I don't get me wrong. I think Gemini will win. But I just hope the occasion doesn't get the better of him.
C Major Chilla Jones.
That's another weird matchup for me. I don't know why. See, I don't watch as much American battles as other people, so I've seen bits of Chilla and I think he's good on that, but I haven't seen all of his battles or anything like that. I think that's going to be the ones that most people like, but personally I'll be less interested in. Because if I was there and it was late in the day and I was bladdered, it's just going to be bars after bars in it and a lot of rapping and less reacting. I don't think there's going to be that much funniness in it, but I couldn't pick a winner on that because I don't think I've seen enough of Chilla Jones to judge. But I think C Major's fucking brilliant. He's probably one of the best rappers in the league. Like he's a very, very, very good lyricist, and he's got a big fan base as well. I think everyone likes him, so I think that should stand him in good stead on the day as well.
Okay, we're moving into the main event, day 2, title match. Tony D versus Yunnan.
It's got Battle of the Year written all over it, and probably Shotty and Tony's Battle of the Year at the minute, but I just think because this has got more riding on it, Unanimous doesn't want to lose that. Like, I think people are forgetting how good Unanimous is from what I'm seeing. Everyone's because Tony was so good against Shotty. Tony is one of the best. He's one of the best to do. He's one of the best rappers our country's ever had, like as a rapper, not a battler. But people are forgetting how good Unanimous is, I think, or how hungry he is, and he hasn't battled for a little bit. All his concentration's been going into this. I reckon Unanimous could probably go into this battle tomorrow and perform 3 rounds perfectly. Whereas Tony is probably a bit more lackadaisical about it. He writes late, but he's still fucking brilliant, don't get me wrong. Like, I know he was still writing for Shotty like just a week before it, and he still turned up and fucking killed it. So I don't know. I honestly think if anyone's going to take Tony's title at the minute, it is Unanimous. But Tony is hard to beat because he's got too much swag. Unanimous can scream in his face and talk about dwarves and fucking he uses the word spinal cord every 4 bars and shit like that, and you fucking all of this fucking mystical shit that won't faze Tony. Don't scream in Tony D's face because he does not give a fuck. He's too stoned and chilled out to care. So I don't know how that battle's going to go down. Like that's what I'm pissed off about, because I can't go on the Sunday. If I want to be at any battle, I want to be at that battle watching it. My heart says Tony, because I want Tony to retain his title again, and he said that he's going to give it up after that, isn't he? Because I don't think there is anyone else who should challenge Tony. I think that's a good time for him to bow out. He'll go out as a legend if he does that, and I rate that. So my heart says Tony, but I think with my head, if you're taking everything into account, Unanimous he's younger, he's more hungry, definitely wants it more, he's got more of a point to prove. He's fucking, I don't know, I'd put money on Tony if I had to, but I think Unanimous is going to shock a lot of people, because a lot of people are kind of writing Unanimous off already. I'm like, are you for real? Unanimous is literally one of the best writers in the league, regardless of what you think. He's a little cock and that, you know what I mean? But he's fucking good at battle rap. He's amazing at it. So it's going to be a classic, and I'm definitely going to have to buy the pay-per-view just to fucking watch it. So
that's good, my bro. That's good. So is there anything that we can expect from you in the future, like?
Yeah, there is. There's one thing to do with Don't Flop, but I don't think I'm allowed to mention it yet, but all shall be revealed. The thing with Don't Flop is they've got that much fucking going on at the minute. they're only announcing lineups like a fortnight before fucking events and that, because there's that much going on, do you know what I mean? And it's still long enough for them to promote it. They don't have to promote shit anymore now because it's that big. So there is something, but I don't even know what date it's going to be. The only person I've spoken to about battling is Big J. I want to kind of battle Big J next year, early next year, because I don't think there's any more events now, is there? After the 6th birthday, I think they're kind of off until the next year. Don't think there's anything in December. So I'd like to battle Big J, maybe January, February, if he's up for it. Possibly Enigma at some point. I want to do a 2-on-2. Possibly partner with Duke from Liverpool. I've spoken to Raptor about maybe partnering together as well, but I think kind of he said he was up for it at first, but I think kind of him and Briggsy might start partnering and doing shit. Now I think people need to get a partner and start doing 2-on-2s and look to kind of take that fucking title off Shuffle out. But yeah, music wise, fucking, I'm still working on the album. Like, it's written and ready. I just need to get and record the rest of it. Like, I've got like fucking 25 new songs at the minute, and it's like, it's kind of hard to get the time to do it all and pick the best, and I've got to fucking get the artwork done and all that. But I'm hoping for the very, because the album should have been out by now, but I reckon January, February that'll be out. I haven't really got many gigs coming up. I'm going to be supporting Redman and Method Man in Liverpool soon. Other than that, I haven't really been booked for much. I've had like kind of a lazy year compared to last year. I've just been enjoying it a bit more, just writing and being more of a fan rather than fucking trying to put myself out there. I'm getting old, aren't I? Like, so it's one of them. But hopefully, like, I was going to quit after that Jolly J battle because I'm just fucking sick of choking, like, honest to God. And I lost my hunger for it. But I've kind of like reevaluated a life thing at the minute, like not on a rap tip. Like, my life's a bit better recently. Like I'm fucking, what am I now? 33 days clean or something like that. So, I'm like, I don't know, I've been training in the gym, just working hard, writing more, and just doing more positive things. So my mind frame's a lot better now. So I do feel like it now is the time to step back and take battles more seriously. Because every battle I go in with, I always go in with it with like a very pessimistic view and kind of take the piss out of myself, not my opponent, just trying to be funny and that. And it's like, but I know for a fact when I'm at the top of my game and I'm writing, I can compete with anyone. I just need to spend more time into it and rehearse more. Like, that's another thing. I don't practice out loud because I never really get chance to, because I'm always working or with people and that. Most people are like on the dole or they selling weed and that, so they don't have to fucking do anything except write bars and fucking learn them. But I can't practice out loud. Like, and that's another thing I should be. Do you know what I mean? I should be like fucking learning me shit inside out, and I don't. I just write it on my phone and read it off my phone. And it's not good enough. Like, so next year I'm hopefully gonna be coming back and come back well. So fingers crossed I'll get the Big J battle in, but if not, we'll sort something out. But I'll be back on your screen soon, man.
That's good, bro. That's good. But I'm guessing we're 28 minutes in. We've covered pretty much everything.
I know I've got to go to fucking work now, lad.
So let's get this outro done. I have been Mr. Real Talk. That has been Mr. Innuendo. And we are out, people. Check out all the info and stuff underneath.
Peace.
And that's us out, bro.